You were alive in the 70s?
Yes, I was.
So do you generally think they seemed like a healthy time?
No, not at all. They just didn't know better. It wasn't that they didn't want to be healthy. They just really didn't know a lot about nutrition.
Yeah. They, you, everyone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So today we're taking a recipe based in the 1970s convenience craze and making it modern, making it a little bit more nutritious and still easy to make.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
I'm Melanie. Welcome or welcome back to Thriving Life.
Our goal is to bring inspiration for natural nutrition.
Freeze-dried food with feeling and enjoying every day. So as I said, today we're doing a 1970s inspired recipe. We're not going to stick to the 1970s method and ingredients in all cases because, as we were saying, that does not seem the healthiest. So Mom's going to start. If you have watched our earlier video, which was our secret to eating veggies even when exhausted, I'll add a link somewhere up here. Then you would have seen how we take our ready harvest freeze-dried garden peas or green peas and just boil them, make them a couple of different methods just to get them refreshed and cooked, which is where we have the peas that we're starting with now.
Right. So I got 2 cups of the cooked green peas.
Mm-hmm. When we talk about convenience, sometimes that almost seems like a dirty word, right? Like it's like, oh, convenience food, convenience stores. And so sometimes it gets a bad rap. But when we talk about the convenience of freeze-dried ingredients, really what we're saying is that they're easy to use, you know, that you don't have a lot of the work. Like we'll talk about like not chopping onions, not chopping a ton of vegetables or washing, peeling, doing all that prep work. But we're still getting the quality. So in this case, convenience, we're not sacrificing quality to get that ease.
Right, you still have all the nutrition.
Right.
So.
But one thing that we are still doing convenience just for show in this recipe is using the store-bought bacon crumbles.
Right, so you could do the slices of bacon, cook them up and crumble them yourself, but we're going to use
this one. Seems like a little bit too much mess and stuff for the video, and that you already know how to cook bacon. If you eat bacon, I think you already know.
So this is just for us, the Kirkland brand. It's the crumbles, and they're already cooked.
Yeah.
So
this is just an example. Like if that's not your thing, if you have low energy, it probably is. This is a great way to save effort. Just a kind of Rachel Ray style tip there for you. So
I just threw in half a cup of the bacon crumbles. I have...
Or she said if you were using slices of bacon, that would be like 4 slices.
About 4 slices,
but
yeah.
Measure from your heart, as they say, when you're doing things like bacon and cheese.
Right. So I have a 1/4 cup of shredded marbled cheese. In our case, we're using goat cheese, but you can use any kind of cheese. You could also cube it. If you wanted to cube it, do it about the same size as the peas.
Now, we're not going to argue that this is like the healthiest salad recipe per se, but it is going to be satisfying. See, one of the things is that there's different people in our household, and maybe you can relate to this, but some of them really like green peas and some of them really are not too keen.
That would be me, yeah.
So the ones who are not too keen don't want to eat just sort of plain green peas like we showed in the last video. That works for the people who really like peas. Other people would want them a little bit more dressed up. So this is freeze-dried peas, right? So they have 98% of that nutrition. And if you're a person who doesn't like green peas, I assume that if you're going to eat green peas, it's only going to be for the nutritional value and making peace within the family. So these peas are a great way to do that because you're getting that full nutrition.
Right. And it's a lot easier for me to eat peas with bacon and cheese in them.
Yeah. So again, you know, if you want to make this a little lighter, you can kind of, you know, go less on that. But this is where we're coming from. And we're just making some healthier steps by having the good quality ingredients in the peas. Next one is that we're not going to have to chop any onions because we're using freeze-dried onions.
Right. So I'm doing a tablespoon of the freeze-dried onions. You can do up to 3. We like to go lighter on the onion.
I've talked about that in other videos as
well.
I
did crush them up. I just took them with my fingers and just crushed them because we don't like big chunks.
We like to do a mix of coconut kefir and mayonnaise because it makes it a little bit lighter. But, you know, do what you usually do with that.
Right. So I did 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise and a 1/4 cup of the kefir, but you could do all kefir.
Yeah, you could do 100%
or
coconut
sour cream
kefir.
and mayonnaise, right?
Yeah,
you could do it
but
that
for
way.
us, making it a little bit healthier and making it free of cow dairy is where I'm coming from, which is why we do the goat cheese and why we do the plant-based coconut kefir. Now, if you haven't tried coconut kefir, it's a great option for plant-based, vegan, and still getting probiotics without something like yogurt. So in this case, mixing it half and half with the mayonnaise and the kefir, it kind of gives us the best of both worlds. I feel like it's a little bit lighter than your traditional all mayonnaise or mayonnaise sour cream, but you're still getting that creaminess a little bit more than if you did 100% of the coconut kefir.
Right. I'm doing 1.5 teaspoons of white sugar and a teaspoon of white vinegar.
And this seems to me, I mean, not having been there, but this is what to me seems like sort of the very retro or 1970s thing, like the vinegar little bit in the salads. I don't know if that's right or not. But.
I don't know. And I'm just doing a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. And that's it. And then we're going to dress the salad and hopefully get it all in the bowl.
So hopefully this can give sort of like that nostalgic flavor. Like we said, it's not strictly like, ooh, your kids will be like, ew, this is a salad because it's got bacon, it's got cheese, it's creamy. So it's got a lot to recommend it as being like, this is not a healthy vegetable. This is something satisfying and enjoyable. But you are getting those basic healthy ingredients and good quality ingredients because we've used the goat cheese, the kefir. You could also use vegan mayonnaise if you wanted to do some blend of that. This is one of the things that we like to whip up, and it helps the people who like peas and who are not such big fans of peas to all alike enjoy this easy, convenient recipe. And that's our secret, right? Like we've talked about before, that freeze-dried green peas are like the secret to the flavor and nutrition.
Right. You can't do it all in one bowl, as you see, but I'm actually going to put it in one of our pretty bowls because it just makes it more appetizing looking.
Besides, that's what they always do on the cooking shows, would like to have like a clean dish. Otherwise, you'd be wiping the side of the bowl that you mixed it in because you don't want to look like you mixed anything. It has to look pristine.
Right.
Right.
So there you go.
Yeah, so an easy way to whip up a green peas salad. That's a retro recipe, but we're making it modern with freeze-dried ingredients and a little bit of a healthier twist. So if this recipe wasn't to your taste, then we hope you like the next one. Thank you for watching.
Did you want to taste it?
Sure. Yeah, I don't think you can taste a lot of the green peas.
What are we tasting mostly?
Just like a mix of like the cheese, bacon, cheese and mayonnaise probably. Did you put in the salt?
Salt and pepper. You want more? I don't think it needs more.
No, I just can't remember.
I did salt and pepper, yeah.
Like I remember the things that I'm talking about.
I
remember the onions because I talked about the onions. I remember the bacon because I talked about the bacon, the cheese, you know.
I believe I did dishes an hour ago.